All right, welcome back. It's your boy Justin, aka Kinda Random, and we are back with another Reddit video. The last Reddit video, it went pretty well, actually. A lot longer than I thought, about 44 minutes. But you know, people had a lot to say, and I wanted to make sure I read all the comments, right, and analyze it properly. So, in this video, we have my second poll question. Okay, this one has 8 comments only. But just another reminder, you know, grab a drink, relax, chill out. I'll be having the music in the background, which is Catherine. You know, it's a game called Catherine. Check it out. Very chill music, you know, and that's kind of the vibe. You know, just get yourself some nice water, you know, or some tea. You feel me? And without further ado, let's get into it. More Reddit FF14. Let's go. All right, so. You know, I think my talking prop is done now. It's been charging. I'm afraid to touch it right now because it made us die. So no, we're not gonna touch it. But for the last video, we'll go back to mid video. Let me see. Let me see how long we can get it without it messing up on us. You know. There we go. All right. Next question here is I asked hardest tank to master. What is the hardest tank to master on the general standpoint? Very general question. Keep in mind, this is my first ever Reddit post. I'm just trying to see like the vibe of the questions I want to ask. These are all very general right now. All right. Wow. These results are pretty interesting. So first off, let's start off by saying that there was 376 total votes. Thank you so much. And the winner is Dark Knight. Ladies and gentlemen, according to Reddit in the community FF14, Dark Knight is the hardest tank to master. Warrior got like no fucking votes. Holy shit. Paladin, 44 votes. Pretty low. Gunbreaker almost tied with Dark Knight, but Dark Knight won by 2 fucking votes before the poll closed. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Okay. I'll give my opinion at the end, like last video. You will learn my opinion at the very end. Okay. All right. So this time I already put my thank you to everyone. So let's start with these comments. There's not that many. So we got Mugbear always wins. I have rated Savage on every tank for at least one whole tier, averaging high blue early in my career to high purples and a few oranges late in my career. I've never done Savage, so I'm not too sure about what he means by blue and the purples and stuff like that, but I'm guessing it's good. So we have a chart here. War, ASC, these are things I don't know, but it seems like he's dropping like his data, which is very fucking cool, or her data, excuse me. You know what I mean? Dark Knight was definitely the hardest tank for me to optimize on account of having a very long impact burst window, thereby forcing me to have to pre-plan mint and find ways to move it around my burst, and also having to save mana for and find a good TBN proc for every minute burst. GMB was pretty busy too and gets second hardest in my book, but the lack of having to play the TBN minigame puts Dark above it. Excuse me. Okay. I can see that. I can see how Dark Knight is pretty hard because like the whole managing your MP thing is probably pretty rough. You know what I mean? So I do agree. And GMB is busy. So, okay, good comment. All right, we got people who just said blue blue. Just blue mage. Blue mage is the hardest tank, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? In case you guys didn't know, blue mage is a tank. Yeah. All right. As a Gunbreaker main, Dark Knight is the hardest. Not that tanks are hard. Comparing them to some DPS, they are easy as fuck. Yeah. I agree. Let's see. From easiest to hardest, it's around War, Paladin, Dark, GMB. In terms of DPS, War and Dark, Light, and Paladin is GMB Light. GMB is more busy than Dark off burst windows, but around the same amount of busy during burst windows. In terms of defenses, War has the Warrior has the best invo bar, none for being the lowest CD, and also Bloodwedding is God. Yeah. Paladin and Gunbreaker have around the same effectiveness. Dark is slightly harder to use because TBN is worse than all other breed betterments due to being power crept to 82 and requires you to manage your mana. And Oblation doesn't really make up for it. So it must be a skill right there. Dark has nearly no self-healing in a single target rotation, and only Abyssal Drain? Yeah, Abyssal Drain for now in its AoE rotation. Its involve is probably the second best though, honestly. And obviously I put more weight on how hard deep rotation is because it's harder to weave mitts on GMB than it is on Dark due to highest amount of weaves. Thanks. Continuation. Okay, so pretty much a lot of people are saying Dark Knight is just really hard to manage that mana. I don't know all these terms yet because I'm a casual player and I haven't made it to like Savage Ultimate yet. Hopefully I can, you know what I mean? I know that requires like a guild and like a FC and like, you know, like a Discord, but you know, right now I'm just doing like the solo like main story play. There's nothing wrong with that, but I do understand what he's saying. And it seems a lot of these are going to be for high level content as well. But what we can get out of this is like Dark Knight is fucking. It's just hard to balance out that fucking the MP, which I can definitely understand and see that. Let's see. A response to this one right here. To Dark has nearly no self healing in this single target rotation. This person says Soul Eater has a 30 potency cure. It's probably the second best self-sustained GCD, with GB having the best with its 200 potency plus shield from the heal. Oh, and then this person responds, "You're right. I should have specified actually no healing in mitts aside from ID, though only for 7 more days, and therefore far less healing in total relative to other tanks. What I was thinking was that you'll really press Bloodwedding, Equilibrium, Storm's Path as War, Aurora, Conundrum, Brutal Shell as GMB, and Holy Celatron Burst Phase as Paladin during single target encounters, whereas on Dark you only have Soul Eater and literally nothing else." Yes. Okay. So Dark Knight does have a cure. I mean, like a potency cure. But I do agree that Paladin, GMB have more. You know, so that does make Dark Knight lack in self-sustain, and it makes Dark Knight kind of lack of keeping itself alive. It is very hard to keep yourself alive with Dark Knight. And I notice when I'm healing Dark Knights, it feels harder. You know, so thank you everyone that voted. And wow, so what's my opinion? Well, my opinion for this one, and keep in mind that this is not the easiest, like, this is a very general question. This is not the easiest thing to play, is to master, right? Mastery means that, like, getting that as your main, getting everything down. As of right now, I would have said Gunbreaker would be my vote, just because like there's a lot of things to like weave with Gunbreaker and it's really busy. But personally, I think Paladin's kind of hard. I would vote Paladin over Dark Knight, but then again, I never really played Dark. I played Dark Knight up to level like 80, but only like in level 70 content. I do agree that Dark Knight, it is hard to manage. The MP is annoying, but Paladin has a lot of stuff in it that, like, you know, like your magic spells, things like that, that I found kind of challenging at higher levels. But all in all, I would vote Gunbreaker, because Gunbreaker has a lot going on. It's a very DPS-y tank in my opinion, and there's a lot of weaving and there's a lot of like things you need to be pressing and doing compared to Paladin and Warrior. Warrior's easy as fuck. Warrior's actually the like one of my main tanks, but yeah, it's very easy. You know, I mean, it's definitely the best beginner tank. I say Dark Knight is hard too, but Dark Knight is hard because you can't heal yourself. Hey, just a quick correction. Dark Knight can heal itself with the ability Soul Eater. I believe it's like a cure potency of 300. So just want to clear that up, because I did say in the video that, you know, it had no healing. It's still healing, but what I meant that it's not as strong as like Warrior or Paladin or even Gunbreaker's Aurora. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just want to correct my mistake, because yeah, obviously that's still cure potency and that's still a heal. So, because I know somebody in the comments will say something. I know I'll get some heat. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I don't know what I would choose. I think I'm stuck between Gunbreaker and Dark Knight, but maybe I would vote Dark Knight just because it's hard to keep yourself alive, where the rest of the tanks have way more things to stay alive. So actually, no, I'll change it and I will vote Dark Knight as well. So that is my opinion. I do think Dark Knight is pretty hard to master. And the MP thing, it was a pain in the ass when I played it to kind of get it back up. And I do agree that Dark Knight doesn't really have much of healing mitigation for itself, which can make things go a lot harder. It makes your healer work more. I think when people heal Dark Knights, they have to work a little bit harder. At least that's how I felt. So anyway, that's what I think about this poll. Dark Knight was your winner. That is the hardest tank to master. What do you think? You know, were you kind of stuck like me between G&B and you know, and Gunbreaker? I mean, G&B and Gunbreaker. Were you stuck between G&B and Dark Knight like me? Do you think Warrior? Do you think Paladin? Let me know what you think in the comments. That was a tough one. You know what I mean? But I think Dark Knight, it kind of does barely win because of that lack of mitigation to itself. So anyway, make sure you guys smash the like, smash the subscribe button, smash the bell if you fuck with your boy. It's been your boy Kinda Random, aka Justin, and I will see you guys in the final Reddit video, part 3. Thanks so much, guys, for voting. Thank you so much, FF14 community, for letting me post this poll and talk about it and share the results. And later.